sequences, strings, lists, and files. All right, so the string data type, page 121. So we'll just have a little fun. Even though I'm on Atom, let's use let's check out idle. So our Python shell, and let us just have a little fun. So 122. So string str1 gets the string hello with a capital H, right? str2 gets span, the string span. And notice we can use double quotes or single quotes. Either way is fine. Now we can print str1, str2. Now, if I remember, that comma is going to give us an automatic space. But if we do str1 plus str2, it's going to not give us a space. Yes. Now, type string1 is a string, as you probably guess, string 2. They're both strings. Doesn't matter if they're double quotes or single quotes. And then 123. Hello Bob, talking about indexing of the string hello Bob. We start with 0 and go all the way up, and then the far right starts at -1, right? The far right value starts at -1, and then it goes to -2, -3 as it moves, as our indexing goes from right to left. So let's do greet. Now we're gonna go over page 123. Hello Bob. All right. So now greet at 0 is going to be the H, right? So greet at -2 is going to be the O, right? The second O. So now let's print greet 0, greet 2, and greet 4, HLO. And then X is assigned the value of 8. So now we can print greet X minus 2, which is going to print greet 6, right? 6, it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, capital B, right? Capital B. There it is, capital B. And then greet -1. Now, it's not going to output anything. It outputs, you don't have to write print here, because it's going to output it in the shell. It'll output it, but in our program, it won't output it. It won't output it on the console, I believe, in the user's console. So now we're going to do 0:3. These are slices. So the operation is called slicing. It's a way of indexing a range of positions in the string. Slicing takes the form string and then open bracket, start, colon, end, close bracket. Both start and end should be int valued expressions. They have to be ints because it's all about the index, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. There's no fractions, no decimals, etc. So let's do greet 5 to 9. It's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, right? It's going to be 4 numbers, or 4 characters. Space is a character, right? And then capital B, O, and B. Right? So let's do greet :5. What do you think that does? So what it does, you probably got it right. It takes all of the characters before the 5, and it prints all of those. So it's just like whatever's before it, let's print all of them. And it's hello, right? Because the 5 was the space. the file started the space. So remember, it prints, it returns all of the characters before the second character, or the character after the colon, right? So the character after the colon, it's just like range, right? Range, the start and stop. The stop doesn't include that, the range doesn't include that stop value, right? It includes the value right before the stop value. It's the same thing here. So it's not going to include those that last value. So but if we just did greet 5 colon, that means it's going to return or output everything from the index at 5 all the way to the end. So it's going to be right there, the 5. And then what do you think that this might do? The whole thing, right? So the colon is like everything in front and then everything in the back. So it's just everything. So indexing and slicing are useful operations for chopping strings into smaller pieces. So let's see how this behaves, how Python behaves. So spam plus eggs, which we just did, right? Plus eggs. It's just going to concatenate them, right? And so anything that we're doing there, concatenation is the plus, repetition is the times. So we can do high times 3, right? But you can't do 3 times high, because you can't have, oh, excuse me, you can. Hello. I think it showed an error. I'm not sure if it showed an error in this book or in something else I was reading. But this is great. I mean, this is great. I don't know if it was a Python 2 thing, but this is awesome. It could be in any order. Maybe it's the plus. I think it could be the plus. So 3 plus high. Well, you can't really combine those anyways, because you can't really concatenate those. It's got to be, let's do divided by. Well, you can't really do divided either, right? It's just going to be the times. So yeah, it works. I mean, well, on page 125, it's obvious that it works. 3 times spam, the character string, is going to be spam, 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 with nothing in between. Spam times 5 is going to be spam, 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 spam times 5. It doesn't matter the order. And then 3. So let's do this. Let's do 3 times, and let's just do the 1. 3 times spam plus eggs times 5. There it is, yeah. So because you have those parentheses, the plus is fine, because we're taking the string that's now been multiplied by 3. So now it's going to be outputted or returned a string, right? Just a full string. And then we can add a string and another string. So it works just fine. Now, if we didn't use the parentheses, what do you think would happen? I think you're right. Oh, wow. Very interesting. It's, I'm going to actually keep going with this, because I want to see how far we can push this, like how aggressive Python is. Oh, there it is. So if the numbers are together, it won't work. Let's see if they're not together, but just the 3 is there, right? So 3 plus eggs times 5. Ooh, it worked. So the only time it doesn't work, and I'm guessing that if we did 3 times spam plus 5 times eggs, that we wouldn't have an issue. Oh, okay. So this is interesting. Okay, so let me just slow down, because this isn't in the book. But this is something that's really helpful. I mean, I might be spending way too much time on this, but I don't know. I find the syntax kind of intriguing. Just because, I mean, it's probably not going to be best practices, I'm probably not going to pick, the the one that's not going to be best practices, but it's still not like nice to know what Python's capable of. So right here is probably how I would want to create that, how I'd want to output that. It's going to be something like 3 spam in parenthesis, because it's easy to read, right? For the reader, the user, the grader, whoever it is, you know, the future employee that comes to take your role. You know, if you go elsewhere, I mean, it's so. But then this is interesting also. Well, the fact that the numbers are far away, it's still the same output, right? It's going to be spam, 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 eggs, 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 eggs. It's kind of cool because it sort of keeps them separate because they're multiplied. So 3 times span and then x times 5. That's cool because so yeah, it makes sense too because Python evaluates this, the multiplying first, right, which spits out a character string, and then evaluates this next, that spits out a character string, and then a character string can be concatenated with another character string. So that makes sense. A data type string. So or the class of string. So and then here, oh, this is invalid because I didn't put the times there. And that is too. So let's try. I see. So let's try spam times 3 plus 5 times eggs. We shouldn't have an issue. Yeah. It's because of the... Yeah, so I made a mistake. Nothing to do with any of that. I made the mistake. So yeah, I mean, the fact that we're multiplying, I think, is a huge plus. Because it'll essentially create these parentheses for us. All right, so now let's do length. Length of spam is 4. Okay. So let's do this. So for character in spam, print CHR AR Now name spam is, so it didn't remember? You didn't remember? Okay, so for character in spam, what was I thinking? Print character and equals. So it doesn't, that end equals and then the space, the quotes, you know, that create a space. It doesn't create a new line. So normally you're gonna go, okay, print character, right? It's gonna do it all in one line. S, the new line, P, the new line, A, the new line, and then M, the new line. But with the end equals that space, it just skips the space. And yeah, so page 125, 126. All right, so let's do 126. So username.py. Simple string processing program. Let's do it. Let's do it on here. Okay. So username.py. Let's save it. So here we go. This program is a simple processing program. to generate usernames. So now this program generates computer usernames. I don't mind this, but I just like visually, you know, if you do this, it's obviously wrong. So if you go, it's a backspace, then it turns it blue, right? I don't mind that, but you could also, you know, print. And actually, this is like a new line. Obviously, you can print, just print, you know, the new line there. But this is fine. So all right, now we're gonna get user first and last name. First gets assigned input. Please enter your first name. All lowercase. First initial with 7. Uname is assigned first at index 0 plus last the beginning all the way to 7. So the first 7 characters, actually with the first 7 characters of the last name, right? So be really specific. All right, now output the username. And again, this is page 126. And we're going to print your username is. And then uname. And that's main, so let's just call main here. Alrighty. We'll save it. Let us open. Username.py. Let's check it out. Alright, forgot the C's are good. We're good there. I love how all this is colored for us. It just makes it so much easier to read, both in Atom as well as in idle. I think we're good. I think we can concatenate them. Or let's try it. Let's try it. Because they're just indexed. Alright, so let's do Michael. Okay. Oh, nice. Let's run it again. Let's run something long. Like a long name. Like Stephen Papadopoulos. See Papadop? So it's got the first initial, or the first, at index 0, right? The first name, it's the character at index 0. And the last 7 characters 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. All right. Definitely a fun one. And so now on page 127, we're doing month.py. Let's do that one. Let's do that one real quick. I think we could get it knocked out. Month.py. And then a program. Abbreviation of a month. Let's do month.py. So he sets us up in main. Months is used as a lookup table. So months gets, and then Jan, Feb, Mar, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yes. Compute starting position of month N in months. N minus 1 times 3. All right. And grab the appropriate slice from months. Month, breve, months. And then POS plus 3. Now, why is this crucial? Because it's going to go from 1 to 4, right? Or 0 to 3. Well, that's 4. That's it's going to go from 0 to 3, which is, but it's not going to hit 3, right? It's going to hit 2, 0, 1, 2, right? So it's going to have, they each have 3 characters, so it's going to go, so it's going to be 3 characters. And it's going to slice them. And here's where it slices. And minus 1 times 3. So whatever the month is, it's going to be that minus 1 times 3. Let's say the month is the first month. It's going to be 0. Starts at 0, goes to 0, goes to 2, and then cuts it at 2, right? Let's say it's 1. Or let's say it's 0, 1, 2. Or let's say it's month 2. 2 minus 1 is 2 times 3. 2 minus 1 is 1 times 3 is 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3, right? Index 3. Let's say it's 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it works. It sets up the starting position no matter what the month is, because we only have 3 letters per month, so it makes it much easier. Okay, so print the result. And then we're going to print the month. Abbreviation is plus period. All right, now let's call main. So let's open. And this is going to be month. Okay. All right. So I think we're good. That's one long string, no spaces, all three letters. Capital letter, first letter, and then there's our formula to know where to slice. Month of bread, a brief. It says, all right, cut here to here. Those three, it's going to cut here to here, or here to here, or here to here, depending on what the user inputs. So let's just do, oh, name n is not defined. What did I do? What did I do? So it's going to be n. I can't believe I missed it. I missed the input. The input. Okay, so n gets eval input. Enter the month number, 1 through 12, of course. How did I miss this? All right, so 1 through 12. All right, boom. All right, now that's got 2. Save it, and we'll run it. I think that was right. Ch5. Yeah, January, February, March, April, May. And run it again, run it a bunch of times. Let's just run it. There's August, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. 8. Run it one more time. 12. Yeah. Very cool. A lot of fun. And we're learning slice. Thank you very much.